Yo, JD here, Tyrannimus, and it's been a while since I've done a league racing video, which I think the last one I did was WOR Mexico. But today, this is a brand new season in ILR, I believe it's season 5, and this is a season opener, which I did live stream about a week or so ago now. This is a season opener at Silverstone, and I've chosen the Mercedes for this season, and my target for this is nothing more than to win the championship. I've been trying very hard the past couple of weeks to really grind out the game, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I've just no more excuses, and that's exactly what I want. I don't want to complain anymore. I just want to put in the work. I believe I've got the talent and just the potential, which always say I have the race pace every single race pretty much. But I think it's time to really just start showing up with results, and we really are starting to show it off here, which you may have seen in the previous video. This is my qualifying lap, the best lap that I did in the session, so I won't spoil the time. Got another 30 or 40 seconds up the lap, but this lap was very good. Probably the best lap I've done so far on F1 2018. Still some time to find though, because in practice I did go a tenth or so quicker, which you can always find some time, but I was very happy to really just keep my composure when it really counted, and that's what I've been practicing quite a lot, really just doing those one-shot qualifying, because I feel I have the race pace, as I said, and I've also been practicing my race starts as well, which has been a big problem of mine in league races to date, on this, particularly in this game, and on the wheel, ever since it's been on the wheel really. But as you can see so far, the lap is going extremely well, going through the chicane now, going slightly deep into here, so making it a little bit tighter than necessary for the right-hander, but coming around the last corner now, coming across the line, and it's a 25.3, which is a rapid lap.
I put in an insane first sector. I got a 7 first sector and I just balled it so hard. Oh my god. Oh, well done, man. Great lap. It was like a 7-3, isn't it a 6 first? And I just diarrheaed everywhere. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if online's how that differentiates from TT, but I mean, I can't beat that first sector.
And as you can see by that lap, that was a very good lap for me. And as I said, I was just so happy that I've just finally shown a lap that I could do in practice, and I've been trying so hard at this, and for now there is no more excuses anymore. I just want to just prove the result by the results of what I can do. I've been saying it for quite a while now. Probably gets really tiring of me saying that, but I just want to start delivering now. And we'll go warm up our tyres for this formation lap, and yeah, a little bit too excited doing that now, but we're on pole position here by a fair distance in this race with some very good talent. Obviously people like Joe and maybe Pinecone have been missing, but we've got Martin Leopard, who, we don't really need to say any more than that. But now my main focus was on just trying to get a good start. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, trying to get a good start, not rushing the throttle. I've been really practicing this, and it's paid off. We've actually got a better start than Martin, which is unheard of in this game for me, and we're still in the lead of this Grand Prix. So going down into turn 3 now, managing to maintain this, and so far so good. I felt so much confidence going into this, just so much more positivity. I was really just trying to block out really just the negative thoughts, and just knowing that I do have the pace, and it's time to just, if I could get out in front, it's time to actually use it. And right now, you can see there's a little bit of a gap between myself and LCR Leopard, because Martin is actually attacking him for me, who you may notice is in the same party as me. We had a nice little gap here, and I thought if I could just break out of DRS, if I could just do that, then it is absolutely game on for the win here. But I wasn't taking anything for granted. You can certainly lose the race in the first lap, you can't win it. But we are trying to push, putting it in the high and rich. Probably going a little bit under the fuel than I probably really should have done compared to when I did the esports race around here a couple of days ago, where I learnt my lesson. But still, nonetheless, still a decent amount of fuel. But we're just trying to break out of here. So we're actually trying to break out of the slipstream, going to the inside, just to try to break the air between myself and Leopard. Hopefully Martin is really starting to attack him. We can't even see the arrow on my screen, but this track, it might as well just be called Slipstream Zone, or Lipstrip. That was an absolute terrible joke. You know what I mean, a slipstream fest around this track. Coming across the line now, we'll be able to see what the gap is, and the gap is still just under a second. But moving on to the end of lap 2, starting lap 3, we just couldn't get away, we just couldn't get out of that DRS zone. And now, I know there's no real point trying to get away because I'm just going to expend all my fuel and DRS. It's time to really start saving that, because I felt on raw pace I was the quickest out here. I just really need to just try and manage my tyres and the fuel and the ERS and really try and just make it at the end of the race, because these guys are too good now. We're almost, yeah, not really too far a year into the game now, so everyone's going to be probably at the max potential. And I just decided to let Leopard go here. He had a good run on me, and turning down my ERS and fuel, there's absolutely no point fighting at this point to try and evolve or trying to stop other cars getting involved in this battle and let him do it, or let him drag me along. And that's exactly what we did for the rest of the stint. You can see the fuel hasn't really gone down too much. We've still got a lot of ERS. You see how much ERS we've got? We've got so much ERS left at the moment. And we've got a nice gap to the cars behind. We've got Martin right behind me. And right now, I'm putting it into lean and no ERS, as you can see. So just really just trying to save my engine. And you can see here now, doing a little dummy into the pits, which puts Leopard into the pits and Martin behind me as well. And I'm going to go on for another lap because my tyres, I was able to really just look after my tyres and just going for another lap now. And now we're just going to push it all or nothing before coming into the pit lane. And that's exactly what we do. Coming into the pits now, spotting that braking point very, very nicely. Leaving a little bit of room on the table, but a little bit too close for comfort for my liking. And we're going to go on the medium tyres for 16 laps more of its race, which should be more than doable, because you could really actually go probably the end of lap 7 to the race. But the problem with the mediums is that they're just so slow to warm up. That's why I decided to go for an overcut, and since I wasn't ahead of Leopard, really just try and get past him on the next stint of the race, and since I have the fresher tyres at the end, just really try and blitz away, because I was hoping I'd have more fuel and ERS at this point. You can see pretty much got a full bar of ERS now, and right now I was just looking for a little yellow dot coming past the start finish line. You can see here, coming out of the pits now, it's going to be extremely close coming out of the pits, and Leopard has just got ahead of me, but I've managed to stay ahead of Tyrrell Martin. But you'll be able to see now, the tyres are so cold. They take almost a full lap really to get up to temperature, and you can see in the traction he just absolutely gone. But luckily we have still got the DRS, but we have got Tyrrell Martin right behind me, not really doing any team orders because we're not in the same team or anything this season, but he goes down the inside here now, and I wasn't really going to fight that, because as you can see, we're well within the DRS, well, he's well within the DRS of LCR Leopard. There's absolutely no point, so just to go let my tyres get up to temperature, and Martin just saying thank you there. But yeah, there's absolutely no point really fighting that, because we run the risk of really losing that DRS and that gap to Leopard. Let my tyres warm up and then just use the pace I know I've got round here to really try and get past him. And if I felt if I could get past both of them, then I felt I could really stay in the lead. I thought it'd be really difficult for them to actually get past me now. So we're right in the back of Tyrrell Martin. Luckily we've got a gap to VSR Syra behind, who's a pad player. He's actually, I'd say he's probably the best pad player in the game right now. He is absolutely rapid for a pad. Kind of makes me really want to try it again, but I know I can't really do that, and I actually do love using the wheel now, luckily. So we're right behind LCR Leopard and Tyrrell Martin, who's starting to close up. This like Leopard's struggling a little bit on pace, because around this track it's just an absolute slipstream fest. You just cannot get away from anyone. The dirty air doesn't really exist in this game, and it's literally nigh on impossible to get away. And Martin's just saying that LCR Leopard is just backing him off, because he does seem to be going quite slowly here. So I don't know if he's just struggling on pace. He really wants to get Syra involved in the battle, because 4 people in the battle gives him a better probability of actually winning the race. So coming off this corner now, trying to get a good exit, and this is the problem here. Stuck in this DRS train. Martin's got DRS on Leopard. I just can't get close enough to Martin. We're getting closer and closer at the end of the straight, but Martin goes down the inside of him now, and this could possibly be an opportunity to get into the lead. Almost a little bit of contact. Was kind of hoping Martin would go around the outside here, but he decides to be a little bit more cautious, and this is really kind of slowing me up. And I was actually quite concerned that you can see the cars behind, they're not even that far behind. And we've still got 10 laps of this race still to go. So I was getting a little bit concerned if the more they're fighting and Leopard is actually slowing up, I was really anxious for Martin to actually get past him now. I was thinking about going down the inside here, but I don't want to get any damage on my wing. Trying to get a nice exit off this now, but the traction is just... it was good, but we just can't get past him whilst Martin has got DRS on Leopard. But now this is an opportunity for him to actually get past him, and I was just really hoping he does. And finally, he gets past him. They both got the same lap old tyres, I believe. I'm the one who's got the fresh out. This is almost being squeezed on the inside. Was a little bit ambitious to go down the inside there, so I decided to just think better of it. But you can see the gap behind. We've got another Ferrari, and I think it's in the Williams and sorry, he's not in the Mercedes with me. Almost losing the car through this corner here, but we're right on the back of Leopard, and now I was really, really desperate to get past him because Martin actually said he had a penalty at this point, and I only had one warning in this race up until this point, so a very clean race so far, which is very important nowadays because if you don't have a clean race, most people don't really get penalties anymore because everyone's just so used to the game pretty much reaching the max limit of what they can do in terms of driving. You really can't rely on people getting penalties anymore as we ran out wide slightly. But now this time you can see this is the problem. You just can't get past Leopard. I just feel I have more pace than him, but I just can't get past him because he's locked in this DRS train with Martin. But luckily we are actually starting to pull away from the guys behind. But I put it into hot lap now because I see this is my real only opportunity. We're going to go round the outside of him, getting the right hander for this penultimate corner. And Leopard, to be fair to him, he was extremely, extremely fair. I was really prepared for much more of a fight there as we get the fastest lap in the same succession. I was really expecting to really fight that, but I don't know. I don't know if he feels he doesn't have the pace around here or anything at all. Obviously he does because in qualifying he did a 23.4, but I was expecting a little bit more of a harder battle on that. And now we're coming up behind Tyrrell Martin, who has a lap older tyres than myself. And I know he's got a penalty at this point. I felt this was my chance to get the win, but I really wanted to get the win on track now. And a couple of laps later, we've actually caught up to the back of him, still extending the gap to 4th place. So really, it's a 3-horse race for the rest of this race now. Going through the Magnussen Beckers, but we actually get our second warning. So if we get one more, we'll actually go have a penalty, and we're going to be on par with both of them. Well, I'm not sure if Leopard had a penalty at this point, but I know Martin said he did, but I still wasn't really going to take his word for it because, yeah, I wanted to take the win on the track as we go down the inside at the end of this hangar straight. And again, I think he was being pretty nice there, and because we did talk about the penalty situation, I was expecting to fight a little bit harder than that, but again, I was just so happy with how I was driving that, just super consistent, just had the pace here. And yeah, I think we did a 28.6 there as well, which is really, really quick in these tyres. And yeah, I just really couldn't complain too much. And now Leopard is actually starting to attack Martin, so this could be my perfect opportunity with 2 laps to go to try and break away on these fresher tyres. Getting a very good exit off here. Still got quite a lot of ERS, but we are quite low on fuel. We really have to pay attention to that. And you can see the gap we have between them. That must be over well over a second now. You can see just under a second, so we are so close to breaking out of this DRS zone, and I was just going to do everything now to try and break out of this DRS zone because I felt if I did that, then that was literally just the win right there. But we're going to move on towards the end of the last lap now, and Leopard is still stuck with me, which I was really surprised with because I was trying so hard. You can see we're almost in minus laps of fuel, and coming through Magnussen and Beckett's for the last time, I've got Leopard right behind me. The distance of 4th has extended even more. But this is going to be for the win of this race. And I thought at this point that he was going to be nowhere near any chance to get beside me. But he just gets an absolutely insane straight line speed. But luckily we managed to brake late and just really counter him when he exit this corner. And now we're going to go half on the inside. He's actually gone down the inside of me. Actually hit me straight off. But luckily that has not spun me round. And now just got to try and just hold it towards the line. Coming across the line corner. And we win the season opener of ILR Season 5 at Silverstone. And honestly, I was just so happy that I've just finally... It's just giving me that confidence back and just that belief in myself. And my mission for this season is really just to take the championship and wins because I feel I can do it. And I just want to just back up the results now without moaning about it anymore. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for 50,000, now 51,000 subscribers now. Honestly, I'm just lost for words at the moment. I'll be streaming on Monday once again, but thank you so much for this, and hopefully you enjoyed this race. Peace.